Well, remember, you and I had a conversation. I think it was about Kevin Hart
Yeah,
about hosting the Oscars,
sure.
and you said that
The very essence of humanity is humor. The LGBTQ community moved forward in such what feels like leaps, not because they were activists and ball busters. It's because of Ellen and Glee and Will and Grace. People laughed. They laughed
yeah.
with them and at them, and they moved forward. Shut up and sit down. If you don't like what I say, don't listen to me. But you're not gonna bully me into not saying what I believe.
I think that now they've learned. When we talked about Kevin Hart,
In that particular situation,
and they were hosting, they Kevin Hart apologized to gay people in every medium possible. He apologized on Twitter, on Facebook, in print, on. They're not gonna let that do. They're gonna let that shit go through. He's blowing a dude on Netflix. It's ridiculous.
Is this good enough?
Right? Shit. Finally,
Oh,
it's ridiculous. Stop. What they don't want an apology. They want a time machine. They want it not to have
they don't want
happened.
an
And it
apology.
did.
They want a time machine.
It happened.
Well, you said what you said.
Right.
I brought it up in a Nick Cannon interview.
Right.
And he said that
I'm not gonna say the gay communities are bullies. I'm not gonna say that because there's a lot of pain in that community. And just like there's a lot of pain in the black community, there's a lot of pain in several communities. And it's kind of hard to be a bully when you've been bullied your entire existence.
Yeah.
It's difficult enough to be a gay person in America or in this world, you know, but then to know that you're gonna be ridiculed by your family.
That's
as
the
children,
dumbest
and you
shit.
had a response to that.
Who kills people who hurt people were hurt, right? Hurt people, right?
Yes.
If you find alcoholics, what do they have? A linear, generally a history connected to alcohol. Abusive people have what? A history of being abused. Abusive men probably saw their mother being abused, and guess what they did? So stop with this bullshit. You can't do something because it's happened to you. It's children who are molested, people who are molested, oftentimes what? Stop. It's dumb. It's a dumb concept. And I think that tragedy doesn't immunize you against comedy. You want to watch black people laugh, watch some tragedy. You want to watch black people laugh, let them get a bill so high they can't afford it. Like they literally can't afford it. That's the funniest shit ever. They'll call other motherfuckers, you see this shit I can't take care of? It's the dumbest shit ever. We my mother and father used to say, I gotta laugh to keep from crying. And now you exempt because you had a hard time? Welcome to the human condition. Like a dude got mad at me because you're against transgenders. That's ridiculous. I respect your right to do whatever. I respect you in your ability to do whatever, and you want to do it. I'm an advocate for it. You don't like that's bull. I'm just lazy. I just like my women with no assembly required. Like dig it. I like it's the same reason I don't shop at IKEA. I don't want to, but I'm not gonna be mad at you because that's what you like.
Right.
I'm not gonna get mad at you. I just don't want to go through all that bullshit. Look, if I want a couch, I want that motherfucker put together. I don't want to be going to get Allen wrenches and shit. Just
Well, Morehouse College, which is a historically black
Sure.
university, an all-men's university,
Sure.
just recently announced they're going to be accepting transgender men in 2020.
sure. It's the way things are. It's bred. It's like you shouldn't deny somebody their right to go to an institution.
Yeah, I'm perfectly
Because-
fine with it. You know, just the question that, I had a conversation with someone about this. So does this mean that a woman who identifies as a man can attend?
See.
Or does it mean a man who identifies as a woman?
I
Because then
just-
you'll have a woman in the midst
I just
of...
don't like all the questions. Like I like the old fashioned, like where I knock you off and I gotta worry if you pregnant for 2. Like I like the fear shit. like I like like I don't want to have. I don't have all. I'm not that complicated. I'm basically a lazy dude. I don't want all those things for me. Now, if they're fine for you, I'm not gonna knock you for it. But don't be mad. My problem with this, acceptance doesn't mean that I like it. It doesn't mean that I understand it or want it to be so. It means that I respect your right. Not only do they want people to to just respect their right, which would be what any human being would. I want you to accept it and be mad if I don't. I don't like it. If I don't like it, why do I have to? Why do I have to like what you like to be to not get canceled? Why do I have to say what you want me to say or believe what you want me to believe? I can believe you have the right to do a thing and not like it.
Yeah, listen, if you want to be transgender, I'm perfectly
That's
fine
it.
with it, man. Live your truth.
That's-
If you feel that you were born in the wrong body, express yourself how you feel.
But
It's cool.
don't get mad at me for making a fucking joke about it.
Being around transgenders to me is a bit weird. You know, I haven't gotten used to it. It's a little uncomfortable for me, but I respect your right to do it. I don't have to be in love with it though.
But here's what happened. Billie Jean King, one of the greatest ambassadors for LGBTQ rights ever, said that she thought that allowing transgender athletes to compete against female athletes was cheating. And it fucking is. It is. And she got knocked for that. Now, she was out when it was her.
Martina
Billie Jean
Navratilova.
King. It was her, Martina Navratilova,
Yeah.
Billie Jean King, and Alice from the Brady Bunch. That's all we had. That's all they had.
Alice was gay?
Well, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Now she says, I think Martina Navratilova, she said, I think it's cheating. It is. If I allow you to take a substance that gives you first off, if you're a man, your bone density, your muscle, you can't change that.
Yeah.
And if you stop taking whatever it was you're taking, then you revert back.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was in the UFC, there's an argument about allowing transgenders to basically compete in the women's category.
Then when
You have basically a man beating up on women.
That's right, and you ain't gonna beat my wife up and say like, if a woman becomes a man, and competes against him, she is at a disadvantage physically.
Right. You don't see it that way.
You don't.
You don't see
That's right.
women who are transgender to men trying to compete in male sports.
That's right.
You just don't see it.
Because it is a decided disadvantage.
It's essentially
but men
impossible.
who are transitioning to women, they get advantage. And I think the minute you transition to a woman, you should have to go through the same shit they do. Like you should get paid less than 75 cents to $1. You should have stretch marks and hot flashes. And you should be people wouldn't respect like the way they treat women. Here's the funny thing: if you take a substance, and I take a substance, right? If I'm transitioning from a man to a woman, I take a substance. You could say I'm transitioning. If another athlete takes it, it's banned, right? So I'm trying to transition to a woman. Hell, I want to transition to a star linebacker, but I'm fine. I just think as some things, like as a black man, I understand it because they didn't believe we belonged. And Jackie Robinson's birthday is today, 100th birthday is today. Jackie Robinson, before they let him in and play baseball, what did he have to compete at? The Negro Leagues.
Negro League, yeah.
You could have your own league till people accept you. We did it. They have Special Olympics. They do it. What makes you think that you get to jump the line? Just cause.
Right. You don't see.
They got a WNBA right now, don't they?
That's an interesting. Imagine someone who was completely normal start to campaign about playing in the Special Olympics.
Sure. It's
It's kind of the same thing.
Like I want to play the
And
Special
they go and they
Olympics.
win all the medals.
Right. And beat the shit out of them kids in a wheelchair. You fucking bully. But they wanted to foam out both beers. They want to be treated. If you want to be treated like a woman, you see the shit that women go through?
Yeah.
All right, the minute your ass become a woman, get 78 cents to a less, 78 cents, be treated like a second-class citizen.
Yeah.
It ain't just ball gowns and dope shit. It's some horrible shit. And I think as a black person, I don't want to discriminate against anybody. But you didn't let me in the army. You didn't let me in sports. You didn't let me in bathrooms. What, did I go? I'm gonna stop living, or did I make my own bathrooms, my own sports? Do that too for a while until they accepted us, right?
Yep.
So why do you get to skip the line?
Yeah, pretty much.
You wanna go to the bathroom you want to go to, right? I get it. I wanted to just be able to go to the bathroom.
As opposed to a colored bathroom.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating discrimination in any form, but I'm also not advocating that you get an advantage. If you take a substance and you're already bigger, stronger, faster than men, and you want to compete against women, there's something I think inherently unfair about that.
I agree.
If that's the case, you're absolutely apt. Why don't they let full-bodied athletes who didn't qualify for regular Olympics compete against it in the Special Olympics?
Yep. There you
Say
go.
I'm dyslexic, now I'm gonna beat the shit out of this kid in the wheelchair.
Right. And outrun them too.
Right.